Hello everybody and welcome back to Balarke Farms, Saxlingham. So you rejoin me with a loaded wood trailer. So we're going to get this sold and then hopefully we'll have enough money to rent or buy a combine header to do this corn. Now I say buy because if I've got enough money, there's plenty of wood that will be coming out of there soon, and I'd prefer to buy one because we're going to use it quite a bit. We're going to be doing sunflowers and we're going to be doing more corn, so it makes sense to get one bought opposed to renting all the time. So we're going to get this across to the sell point, get it sold, and then we'll be able to see where we're at and if we can afford to buy or to rent. So I quite like that header we used last time. It's not the biggest, not the smallest, but it did the job nicely. It folds up so we can travel on the road with it. Not that we need to now because all of our fields are local. And I'm hoping that we can soon... Ooh, I've rolled it. I'm hoping we can soon get some sugar beet going so we can fill our honey production. I think we might also need to upgrade our raisin production as well because it's fairly slow. So I think it's about £36,000 and we'll have a look into that if we've got any money spare later on. But for now, let's go to the sell point and get some products sold. So here we are, let's get this sold. So that now takes us up to £141,000. So that should be enough to buy the combine header. So let's have a look at corn headers. And it's this one we used. And I think we'll go ahead and we'll just purchase it, because we will be using it quite a lot and we can always upgrade it at a later date. But it is a 9 metre, so it is not too bad at all. So let's get that bought. Leaves us with £33,000 for the time being, but we'll soon be making some more when our wooden products are ready again. So yeah, let's head back to the yard now, pick the combine up, chuck the header on the combine and go to our new field. Now I can't remember, did I buy the soil sample for that field or not? So let's have a quick look. No, I haven't, so let's get that purchased. There we go. So I don't think, let's have a look. Not a lot of data on it to be fair at the moment, but yeah, let's go get the header picked up. Let's get it and let's get it harvested, and then we can get it into our cereal factory, and then the rest can go into storage for the time being because we're not going to sell it. We're going to keep it as like a buffer for our factory and we can keep topping it up. So yeah, I'll head back to the yard now and then we'll jump in the combine and go get our new header. So here we are, started the corn harvest on the field we've just bought. So the yield is not the best, it's 73% at the moment, about 10 tonnes to the acre, so not too bad, 10 tonnes to the hectare even. So yeah, it's not too bad, it'll do us. It's a free crop in a very expensive field. shall we add. But yeah, I'm going to crack on now. Hopefully get this field all harvested, and then we'll get most of it taken to the factory, and then we'll put the rest of it into storage. So I've brought the tractor and trailer up here as well ready. And so I don't know if we will get more than a trailer load. I'd hope we get more than a trailer load. It's a fairly decent sized field, but we'll soon see. So we're going to need some AdBlue in the combine soon, and we're also going to need to repair it, because I should have done it before we started really, because on this game if you don't repair the combine you lose a bit of yield out the back end sort of thing, but it'll do for now. There is a little hole in the field which is really random just there. I did see it when I was setting GPS up, so I don't know why there's a random bit of concrete in our field, but apparently there is. So yeah, let's get cracked on, and then I'll join up with you guys probably when we got the first trailer full. So while that's offloading, I have just remembered that I need to spray some herbicide on the canola fields. I did notice the weeds coming back from the shop were quite bad, so I'm going to set a worker up down at this bottom field, and he can get that sprayed up for us while we're carrying on with our corn carting. So we're now the second load into the trailer. I think we're about halfway, so it's not a bad yield at all really. It's coming off thick and fast. It is a very nice long field, so we're going to need some big tackle. So we will be looking into the future to get even bigger tackle. And I think when we get a planter or rent a planter, we're going to get the 18-metre blue one that folds up. Can't remember its name. Just because it'll make our life so much easier. That's if it's direct drill. I can't remember if it is. I think it's direct drill, but we would have to check on that. So obviously this field needs planting in, I think it's March, April time, and the other three down that way will do as well. We've got canola in this bottom field, and then we've got wheat on that field we drilled last time, which is also probably ready for a bit of herbicide. Here we are at the field, so I'm going to set a worker on, just spraying this field off, just because otherwise I'm going to forget. And then we'll end up with weeds, and we don't want that. So he should be more than happy to crack on with that. As you can see, we're now 66% full. We're going to jump back in the combine, and we'll carry on with this field. So there we are, that is the third fill up of the trailer, and that should fill it to the brim. So we'll get this across to our factory, and then we can see if it's full or not, and then we'll start putting it in the silo in the field, so in the yard even. So let's see what our progress is. I don't think we're too far away from finishing, so no, we've just got this section here and this corner here. So yeah, not too bad at all really. I don't think we got this much off that other field we had, so selling that and buying this field has probably been one of our better investments. So right, I'm going to go tip this into the cereal factory, and I'll top up the honey. No, I don't need to top the honey production up because we haven't got any sugar. So I have actually been thinking about that. I think I'm going to buy 4 pallets of sugar from the warehouse once all said is done, and get some honey producing, because then all we're waiting for is those raisins, which I see there's another box there, and we can actually start making some cereal. So I'm hoping that raisin production catches up soon, and yeah, well, we have plenty of raisins and we can get this production going flat out, because it will be making us some good money eventually. We will be planting some sugar beet, like I said, this year, so just waiting on planting season really. Our other workers also got their field sprayed with herbicides, so we'll move them across to our wheat field in a minute. But first we'll get this tipped, go back to the field, get the combine going again, and then we'll move in. So I know it's just started raining, but we're going to carry on with the harvest because we ain't got that much left, and I think the rain's pretty much set in for the day now. I think the crop will wither tomorrow. Yeah, it ain't going to be sunny until 5 o'clock, and then it's going to be pitch black. So yeah, we're going to crack on with it anyway. So that's the production full now, so anything we get from now on we're going to be chucking into storage. Next month we have all the canola oil to sell, which is down there. Pretty sure it's next month. We will just double check on that. I'm sure I said last episode it's next month, not this month. Where are we? Canola oil. That's corn oil. We're not doing corn oil. Yeah, so next month we will definitely be selling that. Although the price is actually better at the moment than it's going to be tomorrow. So after we finish this, we might actually sell it, because the price is better than what it's going to be next month. So we definitely want to get the best price, and then whatever it makes overnight we can sell tomorrow. But yeah, main priority, let's get this field harvested. So there we are. There is all of our corn in. So we'll get it in the trailer to join this, and then it's going straight into the silo. Then what we'll do is we'll take that low loader, because that price seemed too good to miss on the canola oil, and we'll get that sold, and then we'll come back to the yard. We might even move on to December. I think we are now done in November. We'll have a lot of wooden products again, and we'll have some more chicken eggs. So I'll get this unloaded and I'll get it tipped, and then I'll see you over at the canola factory. There we are. So we've got 18 pallets so far in the canola oil factory, or just the oil factory, if you will. I think I've got the low loader stuck, apparently. You won't go forward or backwards. So let's give our friend a helping hand. Oh yeah, it is well stuck. But there we go, broken free. But yeah, let's get this sold before the price drops too much. So let's go have a look at our price, and I mean, if it has dropped, we will leave it until tomorrow. So it reckons it'll peak at 5,661, and at the moment it's 5,684. So it's not many more pounds, but you might as well take every penny while you can. So we'll head over there now, and we'll get this canola oil sold and see what we can make. Right, so it is marking that silo again, but I'm pretty sure this is what we call the farmer's market. So let's find out what we get. So that's 79,000 plus another 22. So that brings the grand total up to 143,000 again. That is very good. So I've been thinking what we're going to spend the money on, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy a lime spreader, because we need to spread the new field, and we need to spread our other fields as well. So obviously the two we've drilled so far, we won't be spreading them because they're too far on, but we might as well spread all of the others and get them kosher. So we're going to head back to the yard. We might just stop by the store. In fact, let's have a look while we're driving, if we don't crash. So I'm thinking, so we've got these choices here. Now, I kind of want a nice wide spread. These are big fields. So this does 54 meters, but it holds 6,000 liters. So I think we might have this one. So we'll put it on realistic. But yeah, and it already comes standard fast, so it will burn through a lot quick. I mean, 6,000 liters, we're going to be filling up a lot. But it is only £25,000, so let's get that bought. And when we pass the yard, we'll get that picked up. And in fact, we might as well buy quite a few bags of lime as well. So we'll get we'll get 16 for now, because I presume we're going to need it all. And then probably load it all on the low loader. We'll put the spreader on the front of this fence, and then we can take it to the field, put it on the back, and then at least the trailer's local, and we can get it all spread. So we'll probably not move into December yet. Let's get some of the field's PHs all up, and then it'll leave us £110,000. So I'd like to save up now for a sugar mill, and I am also going to buy a couple of pallets of sugar today, but I don't know where the warehouse is. I bet it's just where we've just come from. So have a look. Yeah, the warehouse is back where we've just come from. So do you know what, I might just spin around. I'm going to pick up, let's go into our field and around. I'm going to pick up 4 pallets of sugar, and then at least once we get some water in the honey production, we can start making some honey. Well, fake honey. I mean, at least it gets things moving on a bit with our cereal factory, and then the raisins should hopefully come rather soon. We might even upgrade it just to make it a little bit faster. So let me head back up here. I'll get some sugar pallets, put them on the trailer, get them delivered, and then we'll go pick up our new spreader and all of our lime. So we're going to have to get a weight because the spreader is a bit too heavy for the back of the fence or even the front of the fence. So we're going to get a nice weight to put on the front. It should help with a bit of grip as well. So let's have a look at weight blocks. Let's see if there's anything. So there's some fence ones here. And let's get a 3.5 ton fence one. Probably massively overkill for our tractor, but it will help with grip, especially when we're pulling the planters and stuff. We have got weighted rear wheels as well, so we do need to counteract all the weight on the back end anyway. So hopefully this doesn't just pick the front of our tractor up. Ooh, yeah, she is fairly heavy. But yeah, let's go get that field spread. The time we got both of these on, we should be perfect weight. So yeah, nice big spread, 54 metres, so it shouldn't actually take that long. I would imagine will be longer running back and forth to fill up than what it will take to actually do the field. But 54 metres should be a nice working width for us, especially in these bigger fields. Well, I brought the low loader up to the field, so we've got it with us. There we go, we're actually quite well balanced now. So let's get our lines on. I don't think this field will require an overlock because we have done it not too long ago. But it's better to keep on top of it, I always think, than leave them for a few years. It can make quite a difference on yield. Yeah, it's not putting a lot on, but it is doing something. So I'll get this one done, and then I'll nip into our new field, get that one done, and then we'll nip to the yard and get that one done. Right, that's all of our field lime spread that we can do. So I'm going to get these two dropped off in the yard, and then I'll go retrieve the low loader. So the new spreader works quite well. We didn't actually need to put as much lime on the field as I thought we was going to need to do. So I'm going to have to offload it so we can carry on using our low loader. For now, let's get this dropped in the shed. And I'll keep the front weight on the fence because it will help with a bit of grip in the wet conditions. And it will never hurt to have a bit of extra weight on these tractors. Oh, there's something just on that hedge line that it doesn't like. That's the combine as well that hit it. But I had a look, there's nothing there per se, so I'm not sure. We will bring the cultivator in there in this field and just get rid of whatever that random patch of emptiness is as well. If we've still got one, I can't remember if I sold it or not. But yeah, let's get back onto our low loader, get it across the yard, and then we'll get these bags put into storage for now. We did bring the IBC of fertiliser as well, just to get it out of the shop area, because otherwise we'll soon fill the shop area up and we won't be able to take anything there. So let me get this back to the yard, I'll get it offloaded, and then we'll move in to December. Right, so we've got some produce loaded. I don't think we'll get the canola oil on as well because we are pretty well loaded here with planks and eggs. So we're going to nip to the sell point, get it all sold, and then we should be left with a nice chunk of change again. So we'll go through the tunnel because it's easier than... Oof, there we go. And we should be able to swap Charlem around here. Happy days. Right, let me run this down to the sell point. I might just pop by and see how much canola oil I've got, because if there's only 2 or 3 pallets, I'll chuck it all on the trailer at the same time. But if there's anything more, I think we'll have to make a special trip. Right, so here we are. Let's get the woods product sold first. So we did manage to pick, there was only 4 pallets of canola, so we picked them up as well. So there we go. So that takes us nicely up to £231,000. So we'll nip into the farmer's market, sell the eggs and the canola, and then we'll see what it leaves us with. So, £295,000, and we didn't drop anything, even better. So that is absolutely perfect. So the only thing we're left to do now is get some water along to our honey production, and then we are 100% on the way to be making our cereal. So I'm thinking what we'll end up doing is getting 30 grand Bailey Bowser, because it is a good Bowser, so we'll get that bought. And then what we're going to do is we're going to need to put a water point down there so we can fill up. So I've got to remember where the water points are. I think it might be under containers. So yeah. So if we now nip over to our production area, which is here. We'll put the water point just there so we can leave the Bailey trailer there at all times, fill it up and have it sorted. So that's perfect. And I've just seen that there is a bit of a area up here for corn productions. Didn't know I'd put this on. So we have quite a few extra bits that are all to do with corn. So we will bear that in mind because we can make corn oil, and this one makes cereal just out of the corn product. So we could put this factory here and just have a corn cereal like that. But I think it's better that we use the other one because we'll get more money for it. Right, so I'm just going to go swing by the store and the yard. I'll get this dropped off and then we'll get the honey filled up, and then that can be producing while we do other things. Right, so we're going to get the water tipped into here, and then that we can start making some fake honey. So honey production, so yeah, we did buy some sugar, but we should be able to start making fake honey. And then our cereal factory, we've got some raisins in it now, so that's good. Then we just need the honey, and with that we can start making cereal next time. So I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. Thank you for watching. We've done quite well. We've managed to get the corn in. We've bought a new bit of material, well, new machine, our Bowser, and we've also sold a lot of produce and ended up with £265,000 left in the bank. So that's perfect. So if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've got any suggestions, leave them below. And if you ring the bell and hit subscribe, you'll get a notification of our next video, where we probably will start planting. So I will see you there. Bye bye for now.